Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you how I make stop motion animations like this. Alright, so I want to make an animation of Spider-Man web swinging and then looking at the camera. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to this website called Pexels.com and look for some stock footage to use for my scene. I found this stock footage here that's looking up at the city buildings, and I thought that would be a cool shot, so let's download that. I also found this footage that's a bit more generic but will work nicely for when Spidey does a cool pose. With that, we found our footage and we can begin animating. I set up my TV as the background and used my phone to cast a picture of a green screen. Then, we just hook up Spider-Man to the rig and get animating. For the animation, I'm mainly focusing on taking my time and really making sure every frame flows into the next. This shot is a pretty fast one, so I made sure to pick a pose that reads well and keeps him in the same pose that whole time. This just makes sure you can actually tell what's going on, and I actually end up scrapping the first attempt and starting over. I wanted to try to keep all of his body in frame to give me more flexibility when I add all the VFX. Moving on to the second shot, it's a similar approach, except this time I needed to transition one pose into another. I made sure to toggle back and forth between the frames every time I moved Spider-Man, to make sure his body was following the right path. This took some trial and error, but eventually with a bit of patience, it was finished. Easy. Now the part I was less confident doing, the VFX. I've got my footage inside of After Effects here, and the first thing we need to do is remove the rig and then remove the green. This was really easy since I was careful with my lighting earlier on. Then, I used the levels effect to remove any green that spilled onto Spider-Man. Time to add the background. I dropped the footage in and found the spot that matched the most. Easy. Now we just have to track our footage in, and it's done, right? This is going quite smoothly. So I went to go track my footage, and it's just not working. I couldn't figure out why, so I decided to go back to basics, and I looked up a tutorial. I found this great video by Film Riot. This made me realize that I'm an idiot, and I did the steps backwards. After importing the footage first and rendering out Spider-Man separately, it worked. So now the hard part is done. It's time to have some fun. This is the stage where we really make it look like Spidey and the background are one video, rather than two separated things stacked sloppily on top of each other, like a McDonald's Big Mac. I'll begin by color correcting Spider-Man to match the background, making sure that the black levels are the same and that the blue of his suit isn't more saturated than the blue of the buildings behind him. This is a trick I learned by watching Corridor Crew's VFX artists react, specifically their episode on Ugly Sonic. And here's where I ran into my second issue. He needs to be holding a web. So, me thinking I'm smart, I looked up a tutorial. Film Riot, perfect. I tried using no layers and following the tutorials, but I just could not wrap my brain around what they were actually doing to get it to work. So, on to the next. This tutorial was easier to understand and closer to what I've done before. So I went with that, ending up using a PNG of a web and manually tracking it to Spider-Man's hand through the swing, using a mesh distortion effect to try and make it look less ugly. On to the next shot. It's the same process. Remove the rig, remove the green, export it, track the footage, add some effects, and just like that, the animation was done. So it's done, right? Nope. We still need sound and some color grading. Luckily, this step was really easy and straightforward. Just some whooshes here, some hits there, a police siren in the background, some rain, and it was all done. I would show you how I color graded the animation, but I forgot to record that part. So, oops. But with that said, here's the final animation. Wait, that's it? No. I swear there's more. I worked on this for like 8 hours. That can't be all there is. Hold on. Nope, that's all there is. Anywho, jokes aside, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you sometime in the near future. Hopefully.